Hey, Jay here with McLogan Supply. Today we're going to show you a great way to dress up your windows using a transparent vinyl. We're going to do a wet application using rapid tack application fluid. There's only a few tools we need to do this. The application fluid aids in getting rid of bubbles in the vinyl itself, and also makes it repositionable so we can move multiple color graphics around pretty easily. First step to get these graphics on the window, obviously clean the window. The rapid tack application fluid is also a cleaning solution as well. So we kind of prime the glass a little bit, but we'll go ahead and get the last bit of dust off of here as well. And since we're using a transparent media, obviously any dust will be visible directly through the film itself. So once we get that dried off, we can go ahead and put our graphics on. Now we've already masked these graphics off with the 4D75 application tape, and we gave ourselves a couple of registration marks in here as well. These little squares are going to help us line up the colors. So another important tool to have here, or a couple tools, is a measuring tape, squeegee, and some masking tape. Now we're not super critical on the measuring tape, or measurements on this job, so we're going to get rid of that. But we are going to use the masking tape to get our first color aligned. So nice little trick to kind of do this is just get yourself a few pieces of tape set up and ready to go. And we've also marked our graphic with a T to show us the top of the film. So we're going to go ahead and kind of just rough this in, and we cut this side straight just to get it butt directly up against this pillar here. So what we're going to do here is just give ourselves a couple pieces of tape to hold the graphic up, make sure it's in the place you want. Now a cool little trick here is to tear that masking tape now. And that's going to give us registration to put this exactly where we want it. Now flipping this upside down is usually the easiest way to get the backing off the vinyl itself. So we'll put it face down, and we'll gently remove this graphic, or the backing from the graphic. Now at this point, the surface is a little sticky, or is very sticky, so we want to kind of just barely get it a little mist there. We're going to really go after the area we're going to be applying the graphic to. So again, using those little pieces of masking tape we left up there will give us our registration here. Now you can see how the liquid actually allows me to slide and move this graphic around to where I actually want it placed. And get it, make sure I'm happy with the placement. And then we can go ahead and start squeegeeing this graphic on. Now this is a pretty simple design, so we're just going to follow the lines of the design, or we can go in a straight up and down motion. We're just trying to get all this liquid out. You can see these bubbles actually moving here. And doing this on a clear surface really does make it easy to see where all these water or the liquid is trapped. Now we want to keep this surface as flat as possible. We want to make sure there's no wrinkles because we are going to be applying a second color. The other color is going to get very close to these, so we got to make sure nothing really gets moved or stretched or warped. Once we're happy with that, we can go ahead and do another mist of the spray here. Now I'm going to use the hard edge of the squeegee where before I was using the soft edge, and I'm really going to press this down here. Following these lines this time, that will help me move the moisture out of here. Now another big deal with this application fluid versus making it at home is this has an ingredient which will also help it evaporate if there are any bubbles trapped in there. They'll go away after over a couple days there. And we got to be mindful of our registration marks too. They're going to help us get things lined up. It's not going to be the exact area, but it will help with the registration. Now, depending on the glass, sometimes you gotta let this film set up for a few minutes to really get the tack, and it's easy to see if it'll hold or not just by starting to peel the paper there. If it holds, we can generally continue to move. Just take our time. I like to remove it at about a 45-degree angle, roughly. Lost our little square there. Now if you do lose a registration mark, you usually get it back to roughly where it is. And just remember, it's a rough spot. If it doesn't want to stick, we can move on. We still have other registration marks. I'm going to apply just a little more application fluid to resist scratching. And again, with nice firm pressure, go ahead and push that guy down there. Oops. We're kind of rushing the process here. We should really let it set up for a few minutes, but we just want to show you how to do this. There we go. So we got our first color up. We can go ahead and get our second color prepared. And what we're going to do, we're going to inlay an orange kind of in between this with a little bit of a gap. So we'll move to our orange film here and repeat the same process. And again, taking our time to pull the backing. Alright, so again we'll mist it with the Rapid Tack application fluid and do the same to the window once again. So this time, if it feels a little dry anywhere, just go ahead and spray it down. Go ahead and that registration mark there, you can see that I'm going to get this blue square line up with the orange square. We're going to check our gap, make sure it's pretty even. Like I said, the registration mark is a guide. It's not the exact area it goes. Once we're kind of happy with that placement, again, we're going to repeat the process, a little more application fluid. Another squeegeeing. This time we're just going to go straight up and straight down. So we're going up and down. Now I am keeping the squeegee at an angle when I'm going straight up and straight down. It's not just straight with the squeegee. There is a slight angle. If you get bunched into an area like that, it's all about just kind of taking your time, working those wrinkles out through the material. Biggest tool in applying vinyl is patience. So we can come back here in the middle and repeat the process. Again, go ahead and spray this down. Again, we're helping to release the application tape from the graphic and helping the hard edge of the squeegee slide better. Okay. And just being patient with this removal of this tape. You can see a little bit of movement in this graphic. So let's continue to take our time. I'll run the squeegee behind the tape to help make that adhere better. And you can also always break this tape into different sections, so you can work one section at a time if you'd like. Squeeze that through. And you can see just how easily these bubbles are being eliminated. Alright, so that's a quick and easy way to do a wet application, dress up some window graphics using the 8300 translucent vinyl from Oracal. This is Jed with McLogan. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again.